Alrighty folks, Skip Jeffries again, back in the kitchen. Just gonna kind of mix up that Texas Roadhouse steak seasoning copycat recipe that I talked about earlier in one of my posts. But we're gonna go ahead and start off with 2 tablespoons of kosher salt. And this one here I kind of mixed up, or the proportions are set to match filling my little spice container that I have. I always like having this on hand because every now and then I like to do steaks, and it's one of my go-to seasoning mixes when I go to steaks for just seasoning wise, and then other recipes that I kind of like, the rib corn that I did. So, and they specifically call out for kosher salt, so there is no substitute. It's going to be a tablespoon of black pepper, and I know people are sitting there going, well, that seems like a lot. You do quite a few steaks and it doesn't seem like much, and like I said, it's more of a sprinkle on type recipe. And then a half tablespoon of turmeric, actually no, a half tablespoon of chili powder. Like I said, if you've ever had a steak at the Roadhouse, their seasoning mix is on point. So I mean, that's why I kind of went with this recipe here, because of the taste of the way it makes the meat taste. It's got a pretty good flavoring of different seasonings, and it calls out for a quarter tablespoon of turmeric. I've only got a half, so we'll kind of halvesy that. Quarter teaspoon of garlic salt. Pretty much do the same thing like we did with the turmeric here. Kind of measure out about a half. Now the recipe does call out for garlic salt and garlic powder, so make sure you don't mix them up. But I think, yeah, the proportions are the same, so no foul there. Next on the list is 2 tablespoons of brown sugar. This, I think, kind of balances out, adds a little bit of sweetness to the mixture. Next on the list be a half tablespoon of paprika. Then a quarter tablespoon of garlic powder. And we'll do half of this one. And I don't know why they don't make a quarter tablespoon measurement. Maybe they do, we just don't have it on the 1,800 million sets that we have. Like I said, my wife does a lot of baking, so we've got a lot of different measuring spoons, if you couldn't tell by my conglomerate of different stuff. And then finally, we're going to end with a quarter tablespoon of onion powder. That's way too much. Yeah, I guess we're going to go with that. I like the taste of onion. Well, hopefully that'll even out here. It's more like a tablespoon. But yeah, you just kind of try to mix it in. And ideally, you probably want to have a mortar and pestle. It'd probably be nice to kind of grind everything up and mix it together. I just don't happen to have it. It's one of those things that I've had on my list of stuff to order. Just haven't gotten around to it. I mean, you can always use a spoon to mush things together. Kind of grind it down. But normally all these seasonings, normally most people keep them in the kitchen if you do any type of cooking or baking. I mean, the oddball ones I would probably say would probably be like the turmeric would be one that maybe not a whole lot of people will have on hand. And I mean, you might be able to substitute it with other stuff, who knows, or maybe just omit it entirely. But I think all these seasonings together kind of add its own little key feature as far as what it does to the recipe. Let's see if I can grab a whisk. But yeah, you just kind of mix it up, try to get all the chunkies out. With us here, it's a lot of it's the humidity. We've had a lot of rain this last week, so no matter how much you cool your house down, you still got that level of humidity going on within it. Yeah, we'll just continue kind of mixing this up. Like I said, one of those pedestals and mortar type, like medicine that people beat stuff in there, would probably work really good for this. Like I said, I mean, we've wanted one, but we just haven't gotten around to ordering it. I think I've seen them on Amazon and came close to pulling the trigger on it a couple times. I just haven't gotten around to it. So, I mean, if you've got one, then good on you. They'll probably make this process here a whole lot easier. Try the spoon again here, see if we can. You just kind of want the mixture to kind of give you a blend, a good seasoning blend type deal. more than what my container can hold. But that isn't bad because I'll probably need it for something here real quick. Like I said, I normally just kind of store this and I cover it with my other spices. I mean, none of this stuff needs to be refrigerated. And you're more than likely going to have to tap it, the bottom of it, to kind of mix it and kind of shake it before you sprinkle it on your steaks. But like I said, it's a pretty good seasoning mixture. And it's one I kind of fell in love with. And like I said, if you're a fan of the Outback Steakhouse, like to grill yourself, and I mean, ideally I think it saves you a little bit of money, but I mean, look at the price of steaks nowadays. I think in the store, if you get 2 ribeyes, you're talking anywhere between 25 and 35 bucks. I think sirloins are probably right around the same, the high 20s, low 30s. But I mean, it's almost cheaper nowadays to go out to eat, especially if it's just the 2 of you. I mean, if you've got a family of 5 or 4 or 6, I guess you'd probably see the cost savings there if you bought your steaks in bulk. But I mean, just for us and what we've got going on with our family here, it's almost as cheap just to go out and have somebody else cook it for you. But I enjoy grilling steaks every now and then. It looks like it's pretty well incorporated. I'm going to try to put it into our little mixing jar here. We're sitting about half. That'll give us a little bit leftovers for knock a little bit off the top. There you go, folks. Copycat Texas Roadhouse steak seasoning. Thanks for watching.